What's up, tubers? Tio here, Simplistic Fishing, back at you tonight for the final, that's right, the absolute final Google Earth video for LBJ. After tonight, we're going to switch over. We're going to talk about the offshore stuff, and then we'll wrap up this lake. So stick around tonight. Got some good stuff to uncover for you out on LBJ. Should be a good one. Let's go. All right, well, let's jump into the final Google Earth video for Lake LBJ or Lyndon B. Johnson, however you want to say it. Now, if you missed the first videos, really what I want to do is just come over here and show you real quick how we have this broke down. So we've got it over here on the left-hand side by channels and ditches. Those are going to be the different tracks that you see that are out here, these little green tracks. These are just the different channels and ditches that we found on LBJ. Now, there weren't a ton of them for us to be able to mark, unfortunately, but at least you can see the ones we have there. We also have different kind of debris, whether that be rock, whether it be just debris. I couldn't tell what it was. Just marked all that for you. Laydowns, lots of laydowns to go through and check out, especially if you're doing that shallow water fishing. Good stuff here where you also got the offshore hotspots. So lots of offshore hotspots on this lake. Obviously, with it being more of a river system, there's all kinds of good points and stuff like that to fish as well. You've also got different stuff. I just put just things to check, whether it be piles or pipes or things. I don't know what it is, but it looks totally different. So you might want to scan it and just check it out. You've also got pipes in here as well. We'll talk about those. A lot of different ramps out here on this lake. And then finally, rock. And you're probably like, I know this lake has a ton of rock, but these is like different types of rock formations, whether it be points or big boulders or whatever it is, transitions, just depends on what we're looking at that time. So when we started off, what we did, let me go ahead and move this over real quick. What we did is we started down here by the dam and we worked our way all the way up this northeast side, came up and then circled all the way back down. And on the last video, we actually ended right here where the highlighted rock part is. So tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to start right there and we're going to work our way back down to the dam, finish up the Google Earth video, and then I'll come back on another video and show you guys the Navionics mobile app. And what we'll do is we'll go through and we'll talk about all those offshore hotspots. So let's go ahead and jump into this one tonight and wrap this thing up. I'm going to zoom in here to where that rock is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play around with the dates up here and I'm going to see how far back I can get the water to be drawn back. Now here you can see it's drawn back decent. That's 2017. Now we're getting into one of 2017. That's looking a little bit better. 2015, 2013. That looks like the best image I'm going to be able to get is going to be 2015. So let's go back to 2015 and let's just take a look at what we've seen out here. So if I zoom in here, you're going to see what I'm seeing here with this rock. Before, of course, when I was up here, you couldn't really even tell there was rock there. But if you zoom in, we talked about these little rock piles. I love these little rock piles that are just kind of all by themselves. There's another one right there. That's probably where we ended last time. And this little rock pile here too, just little isolated rock piles around just kind of a sandy kind of shoreline. So those could definitely be some good spots to go take a look at. Now, as we move further down here and we get down here into this little pocket or this cove, whatever you want to call it, we get down here, we've also got some additional rock. You can see there's some really chunky rock right in here that looks really good. Could even be there is a huge pipe that goes all the way out there. I probably should have marked that thing. You'll definitely want to go take a look at that. We've also got some rock that's right here. So notice how you got a little bit of a transition right here, and then you got some bigger, chunkier rock right here, and then back to transition again. So they could collect up in areas like this. Those could definitely be good staging spots for them to set. You've also got some more rock that's over here. And then when you're in this little cove, I don't even know what cove it would be. Like, see, it's, I'm trying to see if there's anything over here that could point you guys to where it's at. Applehead Island, I guess. If you're close to there, it's going to be in this little pocket right here, but there's this pipe that runs basically from right here all the way, what looks like way out here. You definitely want to go scan around that pipe and see if you can find anything in there. That could be a gold mine. Don't know where they would be, likely on these high spots, like right in here. It looks like there might be something else in the water right in there. Um, Anyways, just check it out, especially that pipe like around that point. That could be a good spot too. As we move over here, we get further around that point. There's a little high spot right here that has some rock on it that you could check out. And then you get back into these little spots, and there's just some random little rock spots. You got one that's right here just outside this seawall. You got some pretty good rock going on right in here. I don't know how deep that's going to be. Obviously, in this picture, that's like really shallow water. It looks really stagnant as well. Come over here, some really shallow rocks. The water's going to have to be pretty much up to pool when you if you're going to fish that rock. And then right here, you got some really good rock all around this seawall. And this is a good seawall because you got the seawall here that's also facing out towards the main lake. So all kinds of good stuff there to go take a look at. Then moving over here, just some more rock. Just every once in a while, you'll get into these areas. There's a bunch of seawalls and crap like that, but there's not a lot of rock. But then you get these little areas where you do get that rock, and that'll definitely collect those fish. You got one spot that's right there, and then coming over here, getting into this last spot before we get way out here off the point. You've got some more rock that's kind of hidden back in here. Let me zoom in and I'll show it to you. It's coming right off this place right here. And then you got some really good rock going along that seawall. Kind of goes down to about right here. So from there to there, I don't know, those people have like their own private island. That's super cool looking. All right, so let's keep moving on. We're going to get out here around this point. When I get around the point, I didn't see any rock or anything like that, at least from what I can tell from Google Earth. That's not to say that's not a good point to fish around. I'm sure that there's somewhere in here that they collect at, but as far as Google Earth, I couldn't really find anything good. There may be something right there, but I'm not sure if it's, if it's worthy of fishing. And then this looks like a flock of birds, so not sure that would be worthy of marking either. So let's go on ahead and go inside the point here. We've also got some more rock. So again, just rock along the seawall. Those can be great places to find fish. And then if you get out here, you got a little high spot or a little hump, and you can tell there's some rock. There's a little bit of rock there. There's some more right here. That would be a good place to find some offshore fish, especially if that water's up. So this is 2017. Let's move this up to 2018. Of course, it's totally submerged. Can't even tell it's there. 2022, you still don't know it's there. So that's where that rock was, and that's where we're just to the left. We're to the west side of the power plant that's right here. So let's go ahead and move that back to 2017, and let's keep searching for good stuff. I've got this right here. Let me see if I can zoom that back to where we can see that rock, and let's keep going. All right, so we got some pretty good points down here, but there's no cover on them. There's no rocks. There's no nothing. They're just plain old points, nothing special about them. Again, that doesn't mean that they're not going to have fish on them. It's just I'll rather fish the points that have, definitely the points that have, cover on them. Now, if we look right here, I don't know if this power plant runs all the time or what it is, but you clearly have a discharge that's here. This is either the discharge or the other side's the discharge. This is actually the discharge, it looks like. So this must be where it comes in. But anyways, these areas can be pretty good to fish around. So definitely fish around up in here. There could be current from them pulling the water in, things like that. The other side's probably going to be better, but definitely check that out. You've also got rock over here around the edge of this point, and that's rock where there's not a lot of rock, around. There's just these sandy bank lines, but this is actually some pretty healthy chunk rock that's all around the edge of that point. So that's going to be a good spot as well. Now you come out here, you're getting more main lake around the point, and you've got some really good rock all around this thing. Right in here, you've got some really good chunky rock. Pretty much this whole spot from there to there, you've got really good rock to fish around. Then it kind of goes dry again. Then you got some good boulders that are right there, and then some more that are up in here. Kind of just this little section right in here has some pretty good boulders as well that you could take a look at. Then moving over here, we're going to get all the way outside this point. There's probably some offshore stuff that we're going to talk about, I'm sure, when we get out here with all these crazy points being way out here. Just looking at that to see if that was birds, make sure it wasn't some shell beds or something like that. And then moving down here, we're going to look at this. This has got some pretty good rock right here. Really good rock. And again, if we pull that up, that rock is totally submerged. All this rock over here is totally submerged as well. Those are good areas to find fish for sure. So you want to go take a look at those. And then we're going to come out here. We're going to get way outside the edge of this thing. We've got a little bit of rock that's right in here along this long point that comes out here. And then you've just pretty much just got the riprap. And I know that Horseshoe Bay Lighthouse, the riprap around that probably gets pounded. And I bet it's a really good place to find some fish. So I would fish for sure around that riprap that comes out there. Just love how it sets up. So let's go around Horseshoe and we're going to move on down here. Actually, we're not to Horseshoe yet. I guess Horseshoe's a little bit further down here, Horseshoe Bay. That was the lighthouse. We're going to go to the back side of the lighthouse here to the west side. And when you get off of this point, you got to come off of it a little ways, because if you don't, you're not going to be able to tell that it's there. But if you come off just a little ways where these waypoints are, you've got some pretty good little rock piles that are out here. Definitely worthy of fishing. Love how they set up. That's a good spot to take a look at. High percentage area. You've also got some more rock that's over here along these little houses. And then over here, just kind of a random little rock pile. Almost looks like an old pipeline too that might come through here. In fact, that maybe you might not be able to fish past that. I don't know what that is. I didn't notice that the first time. You can see it right here. You can see it going all the way through here. I don't think that's where they stop you from fishing. I think that's right here, it looks like, but it could be right in there. I don't know. I've never been to LBJ, but this is definitely going to be a place where you're going to get some warmer water. So this is going to be a good area to fish around. And if you zoom in here, there's the things that I like about it. Right here, you got a little rock pile, and definitely that thing that we were just talking about. Whatever that is, like an old net or an old pipe, or have no idea. You should be able to see it from the shoreline and then just follow it over to the other shoreline. That could be a really good spot to look at. I didn't even catch it the first time we were going through this. All right, so I'm going to keep moving on. We're going to talk about these little spots right here. So I'm going to back up a little bit, show you where I am. Still over here on the west side of by Horseshoe Bay. Got some little random rock piles that are just kind of randomly placed. And then here you've got some really good like riprap and rock all along that area. Some pretty decent rock along the point that's right there. Moving on back towards the cove back here. You've got some rock that's around this point. You can see this point being pretty good. It looks like it's got a little channel swing here from this creek or whatever it is. Probably comes in here and swings this way, and this could be a really good spot to try to find something. Now, I don't know how active that creek is, but you definitely have a little bit of a creek that's coming through there. Then we move through here. We've got a couple other points. These 2 points look good. You know, not a lot of rocky points in this area, but these 2 definitely have it. This one looks awesome. There's a boat on it. And then this point looks pretty good too. Moving over here, getting closer towards the big marina, you got some rock that's right off the edge of that point. It's nothing too fancy. It's just the shallower kind of riprap rock that's right off the edge of that little point that comes out. Then up down here, you basically have the marina. We're going to move through here, come over. You have to get way over here before we finally find some rock again. And right here, you've got some pretty good rock that's right against this little seawall. So I like that spot, like nice little point there. You've also got some more down in there. And then we get out here closer towards the main lake. This whole seawall's got some really good rock around it. You got some that's right in here. And then this whole area, basically, I think, yeah, from about right here all the way out, almost to the other side. So let's just take a look at it. You can see real good rock, really good rock in there. And then flip to the other side, you got some real good rock in there as well. Like all of that. And also that little pipe that's there, I think what I've been doing, can't believe I've been doing this. I have not been putting all the stuff there. So we're going to have to go back what we were talking about, because thought maybe I'd missed some stuff. So we had a pipe that's right there as well. So you can take a look at that. Let me zoom back real quick and just see what else we missed. I did say to check these areas. You definitely want to look at these. I don't know what that is. That could be birds. It could be old tires. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely something you should check. And then also right in here, check those as well. And let's see what else, since I forgot to click everything. We had a boat ramp that was back in there. That pipe that I was telling you guys about. I was wondering why I didn't mark it. I did mark it. I put the pipe right there, so you'll be able to go there. That's the discharge. That might be all we missed. Just a bunch of rocks, some debris. Nothing too crazy. Can't believe I went through that whole thing and completely forgot to hit the waypoints. Good stuff. All right, let's keep moving on. So we talked about this stuff. I actually took you back to here and showed you to check those. Also down in here, there's some more stuff that's right down here. Let me zoom in. I don't know what this stuff is. I don't know if these are rocks. or what they are. Very similar to what we saw earlier. If we bring the water up, that stuff gets completely submerged. You don't even know that it's there. But whatever it is, it looks very interesting and definitely something that I'd want to fish around. So we talked about the, I don't know if we talked about this one or not, but we got some rock that's back here too, right out here off this little swing that comes over here. This part right here too could be pretty decent too. It looks like it swings pretty hard against the bank line right there. All right, then let's go out. We talked about all that rock that was along that main point. So that looked good. There's the pipe. And then let's go back here. We're getting pretty much parallel to this road right here. But if we come out here, there's a little rock pile that's hidden right here. And this one looks like it comes out a little ways. So that one could be good. We've got some more rock here all along this bank line. Some lighter rock that's right here. I didn't really mark that one, but this rock here is definitely a lot chunkier. And then you've got kind of the same thing here. You got all this riprap right here around this little house. Not little house, big house. And then you've also got more rock here. And we just keep going. We just keep finding little pockets of rock everywhere we go. Right in here, this looks interesting. Just good little seawall with pretty good rock. Even that right there. I don't know what those are, if those are tiki huts or what those are, but fishing on the backside of those could be good. This is all interesting right here, how they put this rock up here. And if we move the water up, again, this stuff's going to look different. These rocks, can't talk today, are barely in the water. These people pretty much have their own little sandy beach, pretty cool place, but they put these rocks all around their house. Now, they might not like it if you go up there and fish around those rocks, but they're in the water and they're definitely worthy of fishing around. So let's keep moving around. Go in here. Didn't see too much over there. Again, just kind of going blank here. Got a boat ramp that's back here. Got some rock that's over here off the edge of this point right here. This is Lake LBJ Yacht Club. Come out here right off this point. This point looks like it could be pretty fun to fish around. So you could fish over here, and then you'd probably have to go down inside that dock and fish down in here as well. But that whole area right in there could be pretty good. Of course, docks are always good to fish as well. And then we've actually made it back to the dam. So this corner of the dam, I believe you can fish there because it looks like the little rope is right there. You could probably sit here and cast this way as well. But that whole area right there where that rock is, telling you that's got to be a primo spot. Probably a community spot for sure, but somewhere where I would definitely put a lot of attention. All right, so that wraps us up for the Google Earth side. Couple of things. Make sure to go out and check out our site, simplisticfishing.com. You can pick up all these waypoints, put them on your graph, and basically have them right there in front of you. It will change the way you fish. Also, go out and check out in the description Omnia Fishing. They're sponsored by this channel, or we are actually sponsored by them. So really appreciate you guys going out there and checking out and see what they have. Pretty cool website to go to. You can get some good tackle lures and some good discounts as well. Go out and check them out, omniafishing.com. All right, guys, until next time, I will be back before next time, I guess. Or next time. I will be back next time. There we go. I'll be back next time with Navionics Mobile. We'll talk about the offshore hotspots. Hope you guys catch your PB. Take it easy.